What's going on, everybody? This is Joe from BMT2 coming at you again with a nice hot topic. I actually wanted to get together with a nice crew. I have Charity the Great, M.O.T, and also with us joining us for the first time, hopefully to do more shows, is with Naomi. Now, we're here together to actually look at a few things, 2 videos. I know there was an outcry on what are men doing? Are they trying to be in their children's lives? And if they're trying to be in their children's lives, how are they making an impact? So we're going to put together 2 videos, one with both fathers dealing with their children. These children are falling by the wayside, doing their own little deviant things, and we have to take into account what a father's doing about it. I'm going to start off with one of the guests to see how they want to talk about this, and we want to get our take. So for late night show, this is BMT2 Unfiltered. Welcome to the show, and please enjoy it. And also, if you come in, like the video, share the video, and pass the message. If you want to dislike the video, fuck you, and still enjoy the video. Now, let's start off with M.O.T. M.O.T, are you there, brother?
Yeah.
Now, we come up in a time where, men needed to be firm and strict and disciplined.
Oh.
Do you feel like that age for men is going by the wayside or long gone, or it's still here today?
Well, I mean, here's the problem. I mean, if you get to the kids enough, you don't have to take things to the level of where we had to be when we grew up. But kids now have, quote unquote, so many rights that we didn't have back then. You can't do a whole bunch of stuff. And then these mothers just let these kids go buck ass wild. So they're just raising just miniature fucking brontosaurus rexes that just fucking up.
Right. Okay. I'm gonna pass it over to Naomi before I get to Charity. I see Charity still getting settled in. We see you, boo. We see you over there still getting settled in. So, stay over there and keep smiling. Happy birthday, Charity, for the goddamn 3rd day. You only gonna get so many birthdays. Naomi, welcome to the show. I want you to be able to cut loose and speak your truth. Do you feel like the strictness of the father has been taken away, or is it still the same as of today?
I don't necessarily think that it has been taken away. However, if the father is not in the home to discipline said children, how are we going to say that it's been taken away? I know that personally for me, I had a father, and despite the divorce that he and my mother, went through, he still played an active role, and he still carried the weight of being a strict father, not to the point to where it suffocated me into not doing, all kind of wild things, because I still rebelled, but he basically still had that responsibility of ensuring that I did not get myself into trouble, especially with my 2 brothers as well. So I can't necessarily say that the father being strict. Wait, I'm sorry, I can't even think right now.
Take your time. Take your time, Naomi.
I'm laying down. The role of a father, as far as strictness is concerned, it's not ever present, and it just depends on the situation and whether the father is actually in the home or not.
Okay. Charity, you there? You there, baby? You there? Can you hear us? I knew it. Charity, you done partied out. Can you hear me, Charity?
No, hold up. I had my stuff on mute. Okay, here's what I think. My phone was on mute, but I don't think necessarily that I feel like it's the father's role to be strict, But a lot of times due to absentee fathers, um there's nobody to have that strict role, so it typically falls on the mother.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times the fathers that are present, there are a lot of bitter baby mamas that want to have like some type of control over how the fathers discipline the children.
Yeah.
And I
Okay.
mean, I've seen it, and like even like at the schools and stuff. My children go to charter school. The like I've seen like where the father would go to discipline the child, and the mother just has to give her input on how the child should be disciplined instead of letting the father do his role and discipline the child how he sees fit.
Okay.
Can I give a prime example of this?
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Because this happened with my husband, well, my ex-husband. I mean, he was to the point to where he had my kids scared of him. I didn't like that, so I put my 2 cents in. There is being strict, and then there's just being outwardly just mean. And
Uh-huh.
of course, it had nothing to do with myself being bitter, but my children, to me, I guess it falls on how we relate to our children as mothers, because we'll allow in my position, I allowed him to discipline them, but it just came at the behest of him being so strict to where my kids was scared when he even came back home from work. And to me, that kind of it to me it would backfire. I mean, it's good, but you have to draw the line somewhere. You have to have a balance in regards to that.
Right.
Um, yeah, I agree with that as well. And also, like, and see, this is why I have like different views when it comes to this because, like, nobody is going, I don't care what people say. Nobody, even if you get married to another man, ain't nobody gonna love your children like
Yeah.
the
Mm-hmm.
parent.
Uh-huh.
I don't get, like, women try to, y'all not finna like me for this, but I don't
Go
care.
ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Light
Girl,
up.
I
go
It's late
ahead.
night tonight. MOT, you can
I
cut in
come
too.
I come from a household with my biological parents. I see this all too often, and this is why a lot of kids end up being abused because these men try to come in and step in these stepdaddies and want to fucking play daddy, but
Exactly.
they don't have like the connection with these children. And like I'm all for discipline. I believe our children should be disciplined, and there is a way to do everything, which is why when you marry someone that is not the child's biological father, there should be a discussion beforehand of how the children should be disciplined in the home.
Thank
And
you.
like, see, I'm not a spanker. Like I used to whoop my children, and like I'll threaten them even now. But like y'all, I wasn't even a young mother. I wasn't a teenage mother. I didn't have my child until I was 24 years old. I was finished with college and all of that. And like I feel like parents whoop their kids because they aren't. Mm, let me see how I can say this without pissing.
I don't give a shit. This is my
No,
damn show.
I,
I don't give a fuck.
I feel like like when you whoop your kids' ass, you teaching your kids to put their damn hands on other people, and your badass children put your hands on my kids gonna fuck them up, cause like, and Joe, me and you had this conversation before, about my children are very well disciplined,
Right.
and I feel like whooping children is a form of taking your anger out on them, and there's other ways of discipline. But when you whoop your kids, they be angry and they have like a lot of internal anger, and they carry that shit over to like their peers. And Joe, I was telling you I don't teach my son A lot of these parents not teaching their daughters to be ladies. I tell my baby, don't discriminate. If somebody hit you, you hit their ass back. So, you know, you have to be, when you are raising children, you have to be mindful of how you are rearing them. You have to be mindful of what they see. You can tell them don't do something, but if they see you behaving in the opposite way, and see, my kids old enough to check me now. Like when they little and they don't know any better, then you know they can't check you. But my baby's 9 and 8. So they'll be like, Mama, you said such and such, but I saw you do such and such. Even like when I be cussing or using like bad words or whatever. They be like, Mama, you be telling us don't cuss, but I heard you say, oh, the kids, you definitely have to lead by example, because they will be like all kind of hypocrites and stuff, and kids remember that.
Let me
What?
let me say something. I'm gonna tell y'all from a father's standpoint. My dad used to beat the dog shit out of us like we was in Mortal Kombat. That nigga was like, he was that stone cold Vietnam veteran that didn't take no shit now. He came from a rough upbringing. He was one of those old school daddies. If y'all got anything on the background, just mute yourself. And the thing about it was, when I look back, this is why I say I've had it. I understand what Naomi is talking about with the fear, because my kids used to fear me when I used to give them. And there's a certain level to how you do it. Now, honestly, I told my children that y'all will respect me, but y'all also will fear me. And when I told that to my children, their mama looked at me like, what the fuck, nigga? What are you, Batman? Like, the nigga, you telling your children to fear you? What the fuck? I said, I want y'all to remember, I'm not your damn friend. I'm your father. And the reason why I'm like that is because I want them to always understand in the back of their head that, nigga, I will kill you. No, I'm not saying that. I'm not going to say that. But what I want them to understand is that if you do not follow the rules, there are consequences. If you cross that line, this will happen. You see, when I was growing up, because that fear and that my mother and father put into me, oh, I used to get some whooping. I was a bad little dude. Like, you couldn't just chop me on my behind. You had to go get a belt, an iron cord. You had to go get some medieval shit to beat me. I would look right back at you and say, okay, I'm going right back to what I was doing. Like, putting me in timeout wasn't shit. You had to make me read all 66 books of the Bible. They had to throw holy on me when I was asleep and all kinds. I was a fucked up individual. I sometimes think I was born in a vat of crack, and I just spooned out. I'm not just saying I was, but I was just that active. And see, some kids need discipline, and I'm not gonna lie. At the rate that we're going right now, especially with our children, see, you're getting now where kids are not minding swinging at teachers, fighting cops, and bucking at the system. And then
but
you ask,
know what? That's different, Joe. That's different.
But hold on now. Hold on. I get you. But here's the thing about it. I'm gonna tell you this right now. I'm not saying. Listen, I understand what Naomi is saying with the fear, but I had to learn different methods of discipline. But the one thing that remained true was, after a while, that power as me as a father, that I would show my children that, listen, I'm doing what I'm doing to you to teach you how to survive. You don't have to like what I'm saying, boy. You don't have to understand what I'm saying right now, but when the time comes, it will play back in your mind. You understand what I'm saying? Charity, I'm pretty sure at times when you didn't like what your father told you, but you say, damn, why is he jacking me up? But see, your father said, listen, one day, child, this shit is going to come back to you. And you're going to realize that, listen, that shit that my daddy was telling me, he wasn't saying, I know he sounded angry, but it was the fear that he was trying to put me into the fight or flight mode. And the thing about it is, as fathers, we need to understand, or as mentors, uncles, whatever. I mean, I've had times where I have told young men, listen, I know I'm jacking you. I'd rather knock you on your ass than see a police officer got you on the ground and curb stomping the shit out of you because you wouldn't comply. You don't have to like what we're telling you, but you need to understand that, listen, there will always be a higher power than you. That is the main point of being a father that has to discipline. And you can either learn to get your ass in line or you can learn to get your ass on that ground. Either way, you ain't going to like the outcome. Now, mamas, I understand. If you feel like, yo, and this is, I ain't going to lie, grandma had to step in on granddaddy. You know, my mom had to step in on my daddy. Sometimes I tell a lot of you men, don't ever discipline in anger, because your impairment of judgment is not going to be the same. So you need to do it when you have a clear mind and you already assess the situation. So I'm going to let M.O.T. say something before we go to the video. Go ahead, M.O.T.
I mean, you know, we can just go to the video.
Okay. Anybody got to say something before I get on to these videos?
Yeah. I have to say one more thing. This was in relation to the disciplining. I don't necessarily agree that whipping one's child is going to create such anger, to create such anger, because I know that I've disciplined my children. I believe that the crux of what's happening with most of these teens today is that the parents are too scared to discipline. And this is out of fear of what government is telling them. You discipline your child, you whip your child, you are a bad parent, or you're going to face the consequences, such as your child being taken from you and placed in foster care. Nobody's going to tell me how to parent my child or how to discipline my children. I have 4 children. One of my children is one of my children is 17 years old. He's my only 17-year-old son. I said, boy, let me tell you something. Even though your father is not in the home, I'm not going to be afraid to put it down on you. I'm your mother. You're going to respect me. And if I have to take out the belt and whip you behind, that's what I'll do. They stayed in line. He's never gotten into trouble. And for that, I'm grateful. Now, I'm not knocking down the assertion that it doesn't have happened. And as far as whipping them to the point to where they're angry, I don't think whipping that coincides with whipping. I think that coincides with beating, because when you beat your child, that creates anxiety, anger, and it creates them becoming violent toward other individuals. So that's all I had to say on that.
Okay, so before we go, let's read some of the comments. One of the comments says, what about these women who say don't tell my child nothing when they acting up in public, and you correct them, then say, why isn't the Black community raising their children like a village? That's a good question. We can definitely chime in on that. The second one,
it's the ghetto hood mamas that don't really want nobody to tell their child nothing.
Yep.
Like, cause you know, if any parent that's like hands-on and cares about the type of character, and like, you know, I'm not gonna even say they don't care, but you know, that's like an ignorant mentality. Don't tell my child nothing. Personally, as a parent, I know my child. Well, with my son, he's mild-mannered, not so much. But with my daughter, like when the teacher tell me she did something, oh yeah, she did it. Like usually you kind of know like the behaviors that your child display. And I would rather that them, you know, discipline her right then and, you know, tell me about it. As long as you're not, you know, beating them down and, you know,
right,
be doing anything like inappropriate, then I have no problem with that, because especially like young children, now teenagers, okay, yeah, you can tell the parents, but you know, like young kids and definitely toddlers and things like that, like you want to correct that behavior right then because
Mm-hmm.
I mean, hell, you wait till late on in the afternoon, they don't even know what the hell you fussing at them for.
I agree. I agree. Let me go ahead and pull up the video. Let me go ahead and pull up the first video. First video that we're gonna actually cut into and actually look at. And welcome, Nicole. What's going on? What's going on, Nicole? All right. The first video is going to be with a 10-year-old girl, because as we already know, ladies first, and the ladies first, and we're going to definitely cut into this. Okay. So let me go ahead and go over. Again, guys, if you want to look at the video, you can always go into the description below. You can look at the video yourself. We do not. We always give our credit to the people who film these videos, get them squared away. So big shout out to the people who got this video and they sent it to me and they wanted their take. Again, you can always send us videos, access emails. You can either ask me, you can always send it to M.O.T, send it to charity. We will look at your videos, we will talk about them, and we will go about looking at the shows. I know me and Charity did one last night, M.O.T. I mean, heck, we had somebody reply to us about the police incident, I think, yesterday. M.O.T responded, like, what is it, like a few hours you responded? So, like, we're pretty spot on with, like, responding back to whatever y'all ask us about these videos. So, let's go ahead and look at this one. We're going to play the video straight through, and I want y'all to just listen quietly, and then after that, we will actually speak about it. All right, let's go ahead.
She on my way into Walgreens, my little 10-year-old little girl stole some mail. She's about to go in here, apologize, pay for the mail, and I'm calling the police.
Can everybody see?
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to know.
This is $1 million. Up to $1 million money in your pocket, still stealing.
So she had $11 already in her pocket. She still stole.
Manager's here? Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. You know what? Tell her what you did. Tell her what you did. Open your mouth. Tell her what you did. Show her. Show her what you did. And she had money in her pocket. Until you come there and pay for the meal. Right? You heard her talking to you? What you supposed to say? Father. Wrong. Right here. Go get another one, so go get another. They got police in the back. Tell them come on up here.
I take it that's the mama there too. That's a shame when your mama and your daddy got to come up there and escort your ass.
You don't know where you took them from? Which is her and grabbed something and stuck them in there? Huh?
Let me see it.
She must have grabbed last one.
Yeah, that's $699.799 if they want to.
Where you grab them at? Where? Yeah, okay. Grab one of them up there. Thief. No. Everybody in the world don't see this one. Laugh at you. Especially when they put the handcuffs on. Don't worry about it. I don't play that.
The man is just saying he is the first black father to ever bring his child back from stealing. First one. How many kids gone in there and stole?
I'm just gonna say one thing. I'm saying it.
Your mama's with you.
Yeah. So, yep, that confirmed it. That her mama was with her. And the older manager said, you did not have to do what you did. You brought it all upon yourself. That's an older black woman who's a manager, telling a younger black girl.
What you want to say to him? Who? I can't hear you. And you won't do what no more? I can't hear you. All right, let's go. No, you don't get that back.
No, you don't get these.
Take the ones you stole. Yeah, have a nice day. On in the car.
I want to know, I'm going to start off with you first. Naomi, do you feel like that father right here took it too far? And then I'm going to go to M.O.T.
No, I don't think he took it too far. I think he did the right thing.
Okay. Do you feel like he could have done it differently, or do you think he should have done what he did by putting his daughter through that?
I mean, we live in a society today where nothing shocks me anymore. I mean, we live in a society where now you've seen 10-year-olds, even 9, 8-year-olds going into these stores and stealing. And what happens when they get home? Their parents find out about it, but do nothing productive, which enables them. They're thinking to themselves, hell, if she's not doing nothing about it, I'll go ahead and do it again. This is a prime example of what a father looks like. A prime example. And I so applaud this man because I wish more fathers would be like this.
Okay. M.O.T, are you there, brother?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. I'm starting. You saw the video from start to finish. I want to know what's your take as a mentor, as a successful man. Is this the mark that all of us men that want to be mentors and fathers, this is the standard that we need to be, or this is too much?
No, I mean, no, this is the standard that it needs to be. But I used to take it a step further. Like I would go to the school and pick the kid up and take him to a sentence of somebody who stole something.
Mm-hmm.
So he could watch that guy, listen to that guy, and watch him cry and all that stuff in front of his family. But this dude get 10 or 15 years for stealing something. That's how you really show him what's up. Because the police could have been called, that dude could have did all that, and she could have still went anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I'm thankful, everything worked out. But at the end of the day, man, it's something that kids need. And what I see oftentimes is that they let the street and everywhere else that they go raise the kids for the parent. Like, I mean, the parent they're like, okay, they stole something. So what? I'm like, they stole something. It's bad. You should stop it. Like, I don't even think we should even lock up kids at all. I just think we should just track both of the parents, put their ass on community service.
That's crazy, but my state does that right now. Like, if the child skips school, they don't go after the child. They fine the parent $1,000. $1,000. Do you know what one parent did? One parent literally sat in class with their son.
Oh yeah, man. Parent monitoring works.
Yeah, he went to every class with his son.
Woo.
He went to every class with his son, and the you know what the crazy thing about one of the teachers felt like it was a form of shaming him.
It was, but effective. Like,
I mean, you already eating $1,000. Like, I mean, come on now, we all human here. $1,000 hits your check, especially when you got to pay bills.
Over some nonsense, like your kid ain't acting right. Come on.
I'm gonna slide it over to Charity. You can hear me? You can hear me, Charity?
Yes.
You see this. Mama's right there, and so is Papa. You see how she revert right back into being a baby. Do you think that if this was your man, he overdid it to your daughter? And how would you see how this is? Is this the type of man that you would want to be that father or stepfather for your children? Or do you feel like he overdid it?
No, I don't feel like he overdid it. Like, y'all, it's something about like a father's presence. And like, even with my mom, like I wouldn't be as upset when I disappointed my mom as like my dad. Like, just like when he would like reprimand me for like doing something that I knew better. Like, it would just make the punishment like 10 times worse, just knowing how I disappointed my dad, because he was like that was like my primary parent. Like, all girls need their father. Like, I don't know why, but it's some type of connection that girls have with their dad that they don't have with their mom. I mean, unless they just don't have a choice and their dad isn't there.
I agree. Like, my daughter, my baby, Kari, I tease her and call her my black cat. Because this little one be tearing up and breaking a lot of shit. And I mean, god damn, she be breaking stuff and knocking. But the thing about it is, and I used to always get mad and pop her and stuff. But the thing about it, I noticed that, like my mom said, Josiah, if you notice, she's always trying to please you. Y'all brothers don't understand how far a little girl will go to please her father.
Yep.
This is why I tell y'all, it's not so much the fact that the mama's there. It's the fact that the words that are hitting this child's heart from what the father is saying, you a thief. I gave you money. You didn't have to steal. If you but just asked, I would have told you yes or no. Now, I understand mamas do it best that they can, but it ain't nothing like when a father puts the pressure on his child, she understands that, damn, shit has hit the fan because I have the pressure of a real man on my back. And his praise or his displeasure can really destroy a young girl. Some girls will get dressed up a certain way, and if their father says, I don't like it, they run upstairs crying. But if daddy don't like it, damn, shit, the fuck, gotta start all over again. Now I understand, fathers, that listen, the war for our little girls is on, man. Usually by this time, y'all brothers can't get mad when the police be picking them up and be slamming them on the ground, because this is our job when we have to get in their ass at this time. And I agree with Naomi, but I've seen some videos where they have some 10-year-old girls doing some pretty evil stuff. So for some of y'all who say, oh, this man is mad for shaming his daughter, hold up. She brought shame upon her house. As if he did not discipline her and train her. Listen, you don't have no reason to steal. And you know what the bad thing about it? Some of y'all black children and some of y'all people have come from good homes where your parents have taught you no stealing. You know better from that. I didn't raise you like that. You have money. Why are you stealing? But you want to follow the world and get fucked up. But one thing about the world I know was when you stand before that judge, the world ain't never standing by you. And I felt that cold sting. I remember my mama it was summer break. I stole a tape. Got picked up at Walmart. My mama was mad because my daddy literally gave her, while he's at work, he gave her $300. So y'all take the boys out and go do whatever you want to do. Go do whatever you want to do. And I stole. I didn't have a reason to. I just did it. And the thing about it was, the police officer said the same thing. You brought this upon yourself. Nobody else forced you to do this. But see, this is the problem is with us in the black community, we try to give these type of excuses to little delinquents and try to excuse them. Well, maybe they came from a bad background. Listen, we all came from some type of bad background. Every last one of us on this panel. But the accountability, when you got to go there and your parents have to sit there crying and sobbing because little Ashley or little Jaquan done fucked up and hit somebody and now they're down for assault and they're going to juvie. Who do you blame?
Oh, be done fucked around and shot somebody. These kids.
Listen, girl, you done said it the truth because I mean, M.O.T just told me about two people playing homeless and stabbed the old lady. This is the time when we have to get these youngins. I applaud this father. I do. I applaud this father.
And then let me tell you something. People, this damn social media, you know what? Social media is a tool. People always talking about you don't have to put it on social media, this and that. You damn fool. Back in the day before people became so politically correct, public shaming was like a form of legal retribution and like punishment for crimes back then. Your ass was in the center of the town square.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Being reprimanded for crimes you did. It's no different today when you shame people on social media.
And you know, I have to say this too, because looking at that video, I usually don't tell my business, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it anyway. My oldest daughter was in family, I'm not Family Dollar, Dollar General one time, and I caught her trying to steal candy. So I told her with no qualms, I said, if I ever catch you doing that again, I'm getting the cops involved in that. To this day, when she goes to the store with me, she learns how to keep her hand to herself. So sometimes words is enough, but sometimes words are hardly enough.
Yeah. All right, y'all. We got one more video. I hope y'all, everybody, if you in here, I hope y'all enjoying it. Please support the channel. Support what these brothers and sisters are saying. We feel as some type of strings of mental attachment because we've all had some type of hills to climb. All three of us, all four of us. And we want y'all to hopefully, if y'all see somebody going astray or messing up, Nicole says if she kills herself, then once again took something that wasn't hers.
What?
I think she said if she kills herself, then she once again took something that wasn't her. Are you saying if she kills herself from the if he exposes her, she knows other people know if she was arrested that public as well, which is worse. Let me tell you.
That suicide shit is
I want to say this. She has both of her parents that seem like they are very well in her life. And for the fact that because both her parents are in her life, see, daddy could have just gone there by himself or mama. But they both rode down there. They both walked her in there. She had to face what she did. And the dad said, speak out loud what you did. You call out that sin that you did, because understand this, when you go before the judge is going to ask you to speak up. M.O.T, am I incorrect on what I'm saying?
Nope, not at all.
The judge will say, speak up. He wants you to confess before him in a court of your peers what you did. Right now, it's better to, I understand, see, that's the problem, is because we care and we let society dictate our home more than us as men are supposed to. This is what Naomi was saying. This is why some men, they want to step in and help that woman. But they understand that because of society and how that woman has that bridge gap, I can't be daddy. I can't be that mentor for that boy, because every time I try to put my hands on him, and M.O.T has had stories where he's trying to help young men, some woman that did not say, hey, you can't tell me how to raise my child. So when that one good man like M.O.T said, listen, I'm trying to help your boy, it ain't worth it. So then you ask, where are all the good men? And that boy feels like, yo, well, I've been neglected. Nobody saw it was worth their time. This is something that we hear from a lot of young people. This is why if the good men don't give them notice and don't cultivate them, but these boys got to want it. M.O.T don't have to seek them out. They should be seeking out the knowledge and the tutelage I tell a lot of young boys when they're 16, 17, go get a job. Find a man who's working and get under his tutelage and learn a skill. Don't sit your ass around your friends doing nothing, waiting for young girls to get out of school and shit. That way you get caught up and want somebody pregnant. Now you're in a bigger bind. Go get yourself a job. Idle hands are the devil's plaything. I'm telling you, I know. And when it's too late, it's too late. We always got all these sob stories. Oh, rest in peace, my son, Ray. Why did you have to get shot? Well, maybe if you had his black ass at work, he wouldn't have got shot.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe if you would have told him, listen, son, I'm going to send you to truck driver school. I know you right now, you're 20 years old. You don't need to be here. Go get your B license and get the hell out of here. If you come back to visit. But none of that, get your ass out. Work. Some of us, we don't want to tell our children that. So I'm going to go to the next video. This one right here hit me pretty hard. So let me go ahead and grab it. This is a good show, y'all. Please like the video, support the channel. The last one, I gotta grab this one. Let me get this one set up for y'all. Oh, there we go. Damn, I'm getting faster at it. All right, there we go. This one right here is father disciplined son. Tough love. Okay, can everybody see it?
Yes.
Okay, I want to make sure I got the last video for the night. Okay. Man, I'm having child flashbacks and shit. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna try to get the video squared away. Damn audio acting up.
Pairing. Connected.
Okay, so we all know you got to go in hard with your sons because boys they need special type of love called put my foot in your ass. So let me go ahead and play this one.
You don't gangbang. He's not gonna gangbang. If y'all jump him in, this is me jumping him out. So put your hands up and we're gonna bang out. We're gonna bang out. And if any one of you motherfuckers got a problem, y'all can come see me. Anyone, young, old, your big homies, all you motherfuckers. Shit. Shoot it. I'm not gonna punch him and put D's on. But you can bang. Let's go. What you gonna do? Put your hands up. Put your hands up. You got the bang in there. You got the bang. Shoot it, nigga. Shoot it. Shoot it. Shoot it. Why? You 900. You ain't no pussy, right? You bandit, right? You gangster, right? Shoot it. Fucking shoot it. You wanna sell weed? You wanna sell bud? The homies at the door, at my fucking door. You wanna sell bud? I'm not gonna put this on you. It don't matter. At the door of the legends. And I told him I'm not cool with What's poppin'? What's poppin'? What do you mean you ain't cool with him no more? We all in your inbox, man. What the fuck you mean? You gangster, right? You gangster? No. Talk to the camera. You gangster? No. You sure? Hey. Are you fucking gangster?
The mama is recording.
Let it go. What you gonna be? You gonna sue? Hey. You gonna shoot a fucking basketball or something? Hey. Ain't no fucking 900 block over here. This is fucking lumber block, nigga. This is what we banging over here. Menders and scale. We banging Menders and fucking scale. How about that? Ain't no fucking 900 block. Now again, any one of you motherfuckers coming for my kids, dog, you can see me, man. Big, small, short, tall, your mother's, father's, uncle's, aunts, any fucking body, dog. Bring your ass. Because he and none of these motherfuckers over here gonna be part of none of that shit. Get right and get wrong. Fuck out of here. What the father says about breaking the fucking jaw?
I'm going to start off with M.O.T. Do you think that father? Do you think that father was too excessive? Do you think that was needed for that son that was in the gang?
Well, I mean, given what gangs can be up to nowadays, I don't think that bad. You know, it's just that that's his son, and he needs to know there's consequences for his actions. And you got to understand, man, that dude was pretty much told that dude committed a couple felonies on tape. I'm not sure that's the proper way to talk about that stuff. But at the end of the day, man, I don't understand how this gang culture shit is going. I don't understand. I don't understand how this shit is still going. Even when I went home, man, there are 40 and 50-year-old niggas still gangbanging. It's crazy. Crazy. So it's just that those gangs destroy these children, man, and they use these kids as pawns all the time. Like those dudes, they don't be doing all this rough and tough stuff. They use them kids to go do that.
Yes.
So the kids always holding dope. The kids always running numbers. The kids always doing all this stuff. They give them like a candy bar stuff. So yeah, I guess they kind of winning, but come on, man. Perspective, man. I don't think it's that bad. Somebody else thinks it's pretty good.
I'm gonna go over to Charity. Charity, you got brothers, correct?
Yep.
Do you think? And I know you're a rough little girl. Do you think that your father would have showed this type of excessiveness if he had heard your brothers were gangbanging at his front door?
Man, my daddy would have punched that little nigga down. Like my brother did like okay. My brother, people that like know me personally, because I'm definitely gonna upload this on my channel, but my brother did like a drive-by. Jesus. And my daddy is the one that turned his ass in.
Wow.
Luckily, nobody, was killed or nothing like that. But like, my daddy would have beat the fuck out my brother. It wouldn't have been no recording or no talking, no nothing. He would have straight bleeded and mixed on him. But this is like, you can't be like a relaxed parent in the beginning. You have to stay on kids from like small. You can't like wait till they get older. And this is what I see a lot of parents do. Like you want to jump on their back as they get older, but you gotta start when they babies. You have to train them small, and you don't have to worry about them getting into stuff as they get older because they'll already have that fear instilled into them.
Yeah. Do you feel like this father is trying to save his son's soul and get him out of this game? Because he seemed like he knew the streets and he knew the stuff. And it seemed like the minute that father got in that son's face and popped, it wasn't so much before he did the slap, but just the fact that his father bowed up in front of him. Do you feel like it was the presence of the father? Like, do you feel like the mother would have been able to get the same impact that the father was doing?
No, I definitely not. I don't think the mother would have gotten like the same result, or probably wouldn't have gotten any act right out of him, right, from the get-go. Because apparently, if she had a major impact on his decision making, he wouldn't have never got into a gang anyway. Like you, and then with things like this, you have to think before the camera started recording, like what the family dynamics are like to where he even gets into this sort of thing. And I mean, I know like in like California and places where like gangs are more aggressive with recruiting young people, sometimes it's not that you come from a bad home, but like
What type of influence?
yeah, what type of influence you have on your children.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I have cousins that like are from East Oakland and that have come here to New Orleans to escape the gang life in California. It's
Right.
all up to the parents to what type of extent you're willing to go to keep your kid out of that type of lifestyle.
Mm.
So
I hear you. I hear you. I'm just like I said, this video right here hits hard with me. And I really want a lot of us because we don't see this type of father like that anymore. Again, he understands that by showing this on social media, if the police would have come knocking at his door and say, "Hey, you abusing his son," I'm telling you right now, he probably said, "Yeah, I slapped my son." I can tell this is the type of man he would say, "Yeah, I slapped my son. Better I do it than you have to slap some handcuffs on him."
mm-hmm.
Naomi, you next there. Go ahead. What you getting from all this?
I have to question how he got involved in the first place with this gang if his father was ever present in his life. And I know some may say, well, it doesn't matter. He's disciplining them now. I know that there's a lot of strong father figures, or fathers rather, that's in their sons' lives and that their sons never joined the gang. I do not think this was too rough. I think this is what this boy needed. Because now we live in society today where a lot of these young black teens uh think they're harder than boiled eggs. I kid you not. uh, I can contribute or attribute rather a lot of them joining those games because they don't have a positive role model in their life, much less a father in their life. It takes discipline like that to instill in them, you know, not instill, but it takes discipline like that in order for them to change.
Mm-hmm.
And I appreciate him. Whether he was in his life prior, we don't know. But I'm glad that he made the effort to teach his son that this is not the route you want to go, because he would either end up dead or in prison. And looking just based on looking how looking at how his father is, I'm more than sure that his father served some time.
Mm-hmm.
So it is very imperative that fathers like this take on that role to ensure that their sons do not get into that lifestyle. I can tell you now that my ex-husband, I keep saying husband, ugh, but my son did something that was detrimental that could have caused him to go to jail. I mean, my ex-husband literally made my son shit on himself. So just imagine if my son wanted to try to join a gang. That wasn't happening. I mean, he didn't beat him, but he put that much fear in him. So I appreciate men like this.
Right.
I
I'm
don't
gonna
think
tell.
that just was the household at all. I think it was probably called in when
Yeah,
everything got kind of worse than it should, because a man like that in the house, it never would even got to the point where he's selling drugs.
you would have picked
What?
up on it. You would have picked up on it
Oh,
instantly.
of course he would have. A long time ago. Man,
I,
these people who have these kids in these damn circumstances, man, no, you cannot handle it on your own. No, you cannot do it by yourself. Because once you do it by yourself, you've already taken the choice out of that kid's hands about what is and what isn't proper.
you know, Tupac said, even though you was a crack fiend, mama, Still queen. It's not my word. It's Tupac's words. Some of these damn family members know that their child is in these gangs, and they're not trying to get them out. Then we hear about shootings. Then we hear about the drive-bys. Then we hear about the dead children. Then we hear about this young youth looking at his life going by the wayside. And we got to ask, like, yo, do we need brothers like him back in the household, back in the community? Because he knew everything. You can tell by that marking on his arm. By the way how he stands up, he's already shot his shot at life. My father already got stabbed, been busted by a brick, been left for dead. My damn baby mama was shot in a club. The gang lifestyle does not give a fuck for you black young men. It plays for keeps. That young boy, I see hundreds of them. I remember when we would initiate them, and they said, "I want money like you." We used to recruit them. They would look to some of the older OGs as if they were fathers, because there wouldn't have been a man in a home. So guess what? They're weak-minded and weak by the enticement of the flesh, that we have gold, money, jewelry, dope to escape the pain of the home, and also women. And because we can offer that to them, they will follow us to their death, or they will die trying to get out. Understand this, man. I tell y'all, I have more bodies under my hand and under my belt than most of y'all young kids that play Call of Duty. Most of these young boys get high on PCP and get told to smoke somebody to get initiated in, or go rape a young girl in a park, gangbang her. See, this is the type of shit that they make young boys lose their innocence. So once they do that, they're in. Once they commit a drive-by, you can't go to nobody else but themselves, because the OGs can throw you under the bus. Just like that boy, Tekashi 6ix9ine. And by that time, it's too late. You see that fear? That's the fear of either it could be a cop, it could be an OG, or it could be a father standing right there. And as you hold your hands up, you revert back to being a child. Time and time again, we see these men, we see these boys commit atrocity acts, just like Dylan Roof, just like other black men who have shot up basketball courts, schools, clubs. But then when they stand in front of a bunch of other men who are more superior than them, or stronger, or more knowledgeable, they buck up into being children again. Because they never were a man, but they were still a child. I want y'all to understand that, because what we're trying to tell y'all on this panel is that black men like those two that we just showed you are very much so needed. They are needed. And I appreciate them. I want these brothers to know, if you ever see this video, I appreciate you. M.O.T. appreciates you. Charity appreciates you. Naomi appreciates you. This is the woman, y'all women, this is the type of man that you want in the home. Not that piece of shit nigga that likes to lay up, play your kids' video games, and eat your goddamn little girls' Huggies and damn rice cakes and shit. Fuck that little Ray Ray and Pookie. You just took on another child. Nah, Charity, you know some of these girls be taking little kids.
Yes,
but they don't want these type. They don't want these type of men who want order in the home. No, we're gonna ask that question before we go. Why is it that we can't get men like this in the home? I'm gonna start off with Naomi first.
Black men have to want to do right, especially by their kids. Can't force a man to be there if they don't want to be there. And this is what's problematic in our society. Absent fathers, which relegates these, especially black teen boys, joining gang members just to feel loved or accepted. That cannot be. We can no longer tolerate that. Because I'll tell you what happened, and I'll tell you what will occur. We have a bunch of dead black teenagers, and there's not going to be a damn thing that anybody can do about it. So it all starts with that man. That man is going to want to have to do. He's going to. Put simply.
Okay. Charity. So it's on you. It's on you, baby. Do you feel like this is the type of man that we need back in the home? Or, you know what I'm saying, like these kind of niggas need to stay their ass out of the home? What's going
on? I do. I feel like, and see, look, it's these damn women, okay? I feel like we do need these type of men in the home, but with this, not even just feminists, these damn women don't know how to let a man be a man. They don't know how to shut the hell up and sit back and let the man play their role. A lot of and like even not even just necessarily like talking about men, even just me having general conversation with some women, a lot of shit that they say is not logical. Not just discipline, but like sometimes I can't understand like some of these women's thought processes. But yes, we need these type of men, because if women could get these men, these little black boys, to act right, the incarceration rate of black boys would not be so high. Women, we are doing a shitty job when it comes to keeping our children from being incarcerated. And we need men in the home. We need these type of men in the home. I don't care like who disagree, your followers or whoever don't like what I'm saying. If women were doing such a good job with raising these boys, there wouldn't be so many of them in the damn prison system. And we can blame it on the white man. Yes, I know systematic racism exists. Yes, I know that everybody in jail is not guilty. There are innocent people in jail, but we have to change the family dynamic in order to improve the black community. And we need men like this in the home, men that will stand up and help rear our children down the right path. And that's all I got to say about that.
Okay. No, Nicole, no way. Nobody's mommy shaming. Nobody's shaming mommies.
Mommy shame. Hold up, let me go back and read this.
Charity, you ain't gonna read nothing. Stop. Nobody's shaming mommies. You got two black mothers on here.
But what she mean, mommy shaming? Get her. You need get her on here. I want to talk to her.
We trying to wrap up the show. You can have another talk another day. See, like I said, I understand this show hits on a lot of stuff that we have going on in the black household. Understand, everybody on this panel, we're not hitting from biases. We are looking at things going on in the community right now. Right now. I'm not worried about anybody else's community. I'm worried about my community. My Krypton is burning and blowing up. And y'all get mad when Charity, Man of Tomorrow, and Naomi say, fuck the community, I'm leaving. I'm out. I'm not doing it. I'm not raising my kids in the community. Y'all get mad when so-called black people, we don't want to raise our kids in the black community. Why? Because we know what it has done to other children, other women, other men. So you can't get mad at the blacks who say, fuck that shit. I'm not going back. I'm not absolving your bullshit. I'm not going to be there when you keep getting pregnant multiple times with that ain't shit nigga who's a gangbanger. I'm not doing it. And I'm not going to ask any other black person who got out to go back. I'm not doing it. I'm not telling anybody on this panel to go back. I'm not telling anybody, listen, as black women, you're held accountable. As black men, we're held accountable. But don't tell us that we got to pull some kind of bullshit card out our ass for you to get out of your fuckery. I'm not doing it. No. I pulled my watch. I'm the fuck out. Peace the fuck out. I made it all around the board and past Park Place, and I haven't gotten on one person's spot. Fuck that. And none of y'all niggas was standing with me when I was in front of the judge, and none of y'all were with me when I was burying my unborn child, and none of y'all niggas were with me when I buried my baby mama and her child. I'm sorry. None of y'all niggas had my back. Ain't nothing against anybody, but fuck you. The world has no acceptance for fuckery. M.O.T, talk about it. I gotta go pee. Y'all can talk until I get the fuck back. Shit.
I mean, like, for these type of fathers to be in a home, it all comes down to the type of men that women that have access to.
True.
They 100% could have had 100%. Like, there's so much stuff going on right now that if we would have kept the black family together, we wouldn't be in the situation where we are now.
Thank you.
Right.
Feminism made it so that way that most people who are white cannot pass down wealth like they used to. So we would have kept the black family together, acting like immigrants, having our kids to have a point, putting them in households to where, you know, they actually finish. You know, we would be somewhere right now. And, you know, it got me positively afraid of most, if not all of these. Because I can't take risks like that. I mean, these things are simple to fix. It's just that people keep feeling like they have no self-control. And so they don't even care what kind of kids they have. And then they expect everybody to raise the kids for them. Like, I'm sorry, but that hospice situation shit ain't gonna work off. I'm not gonna give a shit more about your kids than you do. Knowing that you have. Most of these people have kids by 2 and 3 people and still going through this cycle over and over again. So I don't know what to do with this, except for just pull back and try to save who I can. Because I'm not going into that water all the way down to the bottom of the lake. See who's down there. I'm not doing that.
Right.
I'm going to go through with the boat and the flashlight. You see nobody from Titanic jumping in that damn water. No. Man, was cold as shit. Nobody getting in that.
And I don't think it's even so much about, hating the black community and wanting to get out. I'm just fed up with the hypocrisy. You don't have a father figure in the home who's not doing the job that he's supposed to do. And one of our young black brothers are killed by a cop when he's engaged in some illegal shit. Everybody wants to fault the cop and make this man or this young boy a victim who shouldn't have been doing what he was doing in the first place. So it's not really about excising myself from the black community. It's just the fact that I hate the hypocrisy that's there. If we'd all learn how to unite, come together, you know what they say, it takes a village to raise a child. I'm a single mother. I'm raising 2 boys. 2 boys. Understand that because the father decided to leave. God forbid something happens to where my 17-year-old goes out there and engages in or actually joins a gang, which they don't have none here where I stay. I stay in a rural country, but just to say, rural area. But just to say, the black community wouldn't help me. They wouldn't give a damn. And I'm telling the truth on that. It would be all on me. So.
Okay. Well, guys, I hope y'all taking something from what we talked about. Us four, we went in today. I think we did a good job. Naomi, you did a really good job there. I hope you enjoyed yourself on the panel. Cherry, I already know you're going to grab this. I put it in for you. I also set it up for M.O.T. If y'all want to put it on your channel, I definitely set it up so y'all can grab it. You know what I'm saying? But this is our hard-earned work. Again, check out Cherry the Grace channel. I got to put it in the description below, as well as M.O.T. He's from Black Men Congregation. I believe he also has his podcast, The Man of Tomorrow, the podcast on Anchor. Also, you can also look at us on the Negro Shade Radio. We have that on Anchor also. Yeah, we have podcasts and niggas, and we also have our YouTube channel. And we also have Black Men's Congregation, the Facebook group for Black men only, where you can get the latest talk, news, and also politics, as well as business executive advice on how to build yourself up and actually build your brand, your mind, and your self-esteem as men. We are trying, but we cannot help you if you do not want the help. So don't be asking us to come and pull you out of the shitstorm if you ain't trying to do that. Your community will be black again. Jesus Christ, Nicole, you're pretty dark. Okay, so one day, Nicole and Charity are gonna have a debate. Hopefully we'll set up a debate for Nicole and Charity. You know, but other than that, y'all did a great job. Did y'all enjoy the show today? Y'all four, us four, everybody enjoyed the show, right?
And
yeah, I still had other stuff I wanted to.
I see you got some stuff on your damn heart you want to get out. Like you saying, like bring her on the show. I got.
Well,
I done Charity do a call out like
just that, but like people, my thought process is a lot different because I think from my point of view, from being a black woman and the point of view of raising a black son, and I know how these look. Our women not like me. Our women don't think like me, and I know like these little dirty bastards, bitches, these black women, like a lot of. We gonna have to do a whole nother show about that.
I know. Save it for another show. See, look how we doing it. We making other shows. Trust me. You already missed out on the show where M.O.T. and me got shamed because we wanted our women to do birth control so that way they don't make mistakes. But that's another day where we survived that one. Me and him left Krypton a long time ago. M.O.T.'s not coming back.
Well, you know how I feel about them popping out babies in different.
No. M.O.T. can tell you right now, you're a woman, your choice. Not men, no choice. We shut up. We just run into the meat grinder with no. We ain't gonna talk about that again. Like I said, we don't want to do no more mommy shaming. That's why I quit trying to convince black women. I'm done. So.
Well, look. Some of these damn mommies need to be shamed, and a lot of them ain't mommies. They fucking mammies.
Naomi, I hope you know what I brought you onto. This is where I brought you, the late night show. So, guys,
I was gonna ask her what is her YouTube channel. I'm going to follow her.
Oh, Charity the Great. Let me go ahead and
for real.
hang on. Let me get you onto. You shouldn't have been shamed for that one. Okay. All right. So let me go ahead and grab. I gotta grab my sister, Charity the Great's channel because we gotta support. Our
I just needed the name. Is it Charity the Great?
Yep.
Is that her channel? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep. She got that damn cotton candy smile. I'd probably say now, like I said, me and Charity have been doing collabs. I'm telling you, there's very few female YouTubers that think, especially like her. There's very few female YouTubers that think like her, but she speaks her mind on stuff. M.O.T. he throws out a lot of classics for information for y'all to be successful. He throws out a lot of information for y'all to be successful. Sally, a lot of brothers do not want to hear M.O.T. Well, they want to hear him, but they want the feel-good M.O.T., not the intellectual, I'm not going to hold back on you niggas. Get your shit together, M.O.T. M.O.T., you got anything you want to say before we click off? Or that's it?
That's it. Good show. Thanks everybody for showing up.
Okay. All right, guys. Well, that's I put out doggone Charity the Great in the chat. There's her link. Also come to the Black Men's Congregation. Check us out when you can. And that and also thank y'all. Welcome. Thank y'all for allowing us to bring in the newest person that's helping us out and helping us do a lot of topics. Naomi, she'll be doing more talks with us. I am very happy. I was trying to get her on a while ago, but we luckily finally sealed the deal. So you guys, thank y'all. Y'all take care. Y'all have a good night. We are leaving. I have to go get rid of all these beer cans.
Good night.